What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Johnny. Back in here with one more reaction video, ladies and gentlemen. Today we got a good one. A good one from 1943. I don't know if you know about the Detroit riots that happened back then. But CBS did a special radio broadcast to all Americans, displaying and explaining what was going on in the world and how we should handle it going forward. And I always like to say, one of my favorite quotes from Napoleon is, "History is a set of lies agreed upon." And this video is going to show how much our media has drifted from being the voice of truth to the voice of propaganda. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. Get yourself on in here now. As I've said time and time again, the goal is to reach 1 million subscribers and start 1 million thought-provoking conversations. However, if we can reach 100 million subscribers and start 100 million thought-provoking conversations, I'm a firm believer that we can kill the narratives in today's world. We're just spirits encased in human flesh trying to figure out this thing called life. Now, in this radio interview, you'll hear from CBS Sports. I'm sorry, just CBS Radio. It took place June 21st, 1943. There were 35 people killed, 600 were injured, and 1,800 were arrested. The program stressed that Germany and the Japan press was going to use these riots for propaganda purposes. Let's check this out. Without further ado, if you like what you hear, share far and wide.
Dear fellow Americans, what you're about to hear may anger you. What you're about to hear may sound incredible to you. You may doubt that such things can happen today in this supposedly united nation. But we assure you, everything you are about to hear is true. And so, we ask you to spend 30 minutes with us, facing quietly and without passion or prejudice, a danger which threatens all of us. A danger so great that if it is not met and conquered now, even though we win this war, we shall be defeated in victory. And the peace which follows will for us be a horror of chaos, lawlessness, and bloodshed. This danger is race hatred.
1943.
Tonight, race hatred is breeding and festering in a score of booming, overcrowded war centers. And so tonight, we ask you to hear what happened in Detroit because we believe that no sensible, fully informed American will allow to happen again here at home what he is fighting against all over the world.
Notice he said sensible and fully informed American. And that's the problem in today's society, is no one is fully informed of what's going on.
Sunday, June 20th was hot. Detroit, sprawling across the flat Michigan prairie, baked in the nearly vertical sun. In the workers' camps on the fringe of the city, trailers and tents held the heat close and unbreathable. In the crowded flats and overflowing houses along Tireman and Epworth Boulevard in the Negro District, the heat pressed down like the sweaty hand of John Henry. The Poles and Hamtramck felt it, and the 2 and 3 families crammed into one-family apartments. Their tempers grew shorter as the day lengthened from one hot hour to another. Those who could find any way to get there headed for lovely Belle Isle in the Detroit River and a breath of fresh air. But when the flat, hot sun dropped into the lake on the other side of Michigan, the twilight brought little relief. And still sweating, tempers shortened even more, they started home to another sticky, sleepless night. The traffic moved slowly across the bridge from Belle Isle, cars creeping bumper to bumper, the crowds on foot filling the sidewalk. Something happened there. No one is quite sure what. But something happened that hot Sunday last month. Something in itself trivial. Something like this.
Eddie, you're not going to get it home any faster by blowing the horn.
Well, if that guy ahead will just move forward, I can get into the other line.
Oh, Eddie,
Oh,
don't.
shut up. There, now I got a break.
Oh, watch out. Eddie,
Did you see that? He pulled out right in front of me. Hey, you stupid jerk.
What's the big idea, Bud?
Oh, a Negro,
Now, Eddie.
huh? Listen, you get out of that car and I'll show you, you black punk.
Eddie, please.
I'll show him. What's the idea, pull it out?
You know how crowds are. Nothing like a good fight. You push up as close as you can, and you get pushed, and it's usually all in good fun. But this crowd was tired and hot and full of deep-seated grievances that June evening. It promptly took sides, and taking sides broke up into other fights. And those out on the edge couldn't tell what was going on. And the reports they got were garbled, and they got garbled worse.
What's going on? A couple of guys fighting. That black boy's quite a baby with his fist.
A fight about a baby on the Belle Isle Bridge.
Baby sold off a Belle Isle Bridge.
Yeah, I tell you, Lucius just got back from Belle Isle. He saw it. There was a big fight, and a white fella threw a colored woman and her baby off the bridge into the river, and they was drowned.
That's the way the rumor hit the slums of Paradise Valley, the Negro section, a month ago. And it spread. There was another rumor, the white version.
What's the trouble?
I don't know. Tangled bumpers, I guess. That's the white guy's gal sitting in the car.
They're fighting over a white girl on the Belle Isle Bridge.
Plenty of trouble over on Belle Isle, a Negro and a white gal.
Negro attacked a white gal over on Belle Isle. Call up the guys.
Rumor, more dangerous than dynamite, more deadly than a plague. Rumors tailor-made. One for black ears, one for white ears. Stories about things that never had happened. The trouble had started.
Is that not still happening right now, today's date? Every situation, George Floyd, Trayvon Martin, you name it, they all hurt. But it's not white ears and black ears so more. It's Democrat and Republican. It's these media companies and big tech companies figure out, hey, how can we, what's best for our ratings? What is going to sell the most merchandise? And as I said, as I remember being in school, middle school, elementary, all that, if there was a fight, everybody gathered around to watch. I'm sure it was like that in white environments as well. Now you grab your cell phone and record everything goes on. We love negativity. We're shocked that we have so much negativity in the world. Companies are only going to give you what you want to consume. That's why I'm a firm believer of turning off the love and hip hop and all the toxic stuff. If you want companies to stop making products like that, stop making the ratings high. Stop showing them that you want to see content like that over and over. But these companies have learned you can put it out there for the white group, the black group. Now you got the LGBT groups. You got everybody who is in a group being marketed to. And with social media, if I don't like what you say, I delete you, I block you, and I'm right back to my echo chamber. And no one can evolve being in an echo chamber. That's why I'm a big supporter of Elon Musk and this Twitter thing. I don't have to like what you say for you to have the right to say it. Let's have this discussion. Most people are going to say a lot of ignorant things. That's their right. My daddy always said opinions are like a-holes. Everybody got one. But you don't play with ish. You just flush it down the toilet and keep moving. So that's what we're doing here.
But just because a couple of men had a fight on the Belle Isle Bridge?
Oh, no. It goes much deeper than that. Much further back.
Really?
Yes, back nearly a quarter of a century. You see, Detroit grew up fast.
I'll say it did, brother. You want some figures on that?
Why, yes, if you don't mind.
Not at all, not at all. That's what I'm here for. From 1920 to 1930, while Detroit was putting the world on wheels, our population increased by 500,000. And today we're on our way to... pardon me, I see some prospects. Hey, you, mister. How'd you like to work in a defense plant in Detroit?
Oh, not me. I got a good job at the tire factory right here now.
And I'm going to fast forward it to the end because this program is closed out by the 1940 Republican presidential candidate Wendell Wicke, who emphasized the rights of the Negro and the need to eliminate fascism home and abroad. But history has so been twisted that we're taught Republicans have been bad people forever and Democrats have been good people forever. And I don't care what side you're on, but I do think it's very much needed that you're informational about the history of both political parties. Now, what you do with this information is on you, but there's no way you can run around with your chest out overly confident about Black Lives Matter when you can look at the track record and see that it's been exploited. You can look at the civil rights movement and see that it's been exploited. This program is from 1943, and it literally says the program stressed that German and Japanese press would use these riots for propaganda purposes. What is China doing right now? What is Russia doing right now? What is North Korea right now? How do you respect America when Americans don't even respect each other? How is America going to police the world and you can't even get black people and white people to get along? Right? Like, we are playing into the hands of our enemies and not even paying attention to it.
Detroit was dynamite. The fist fight on the Belle Isle Bridge set off the fuse. By the dawn of Monday, June 21st, Detroit blew up. That bloody Monday, Woodward Avenue, the wide boulevard which divides the city, became a hunting ground upon which no Negro was safe. Along Hastings Street in the heart of Paradise Valley, bands of Negroes, fired by rumors, smashed the windows of white storekeepers, overturned the cars of white motorists, and were shot by the police. On Woodward Avenue, 100,000 white men armed with lengths of pipe and beer bottles beat up Negroes until their arms ached.
And in the great factories of Detroit, which proudly claims the title of Arsenal of Democracy, few men worked that day. From bloody dawn to bloody dawn in that single day, these insurrectionists wasted 1 million man-hours. How many of your sons will die for lack of the tanks and planes and guns which Detroit did not make that day?
We lost Bataan gallantly. We surrendered Corregidor with honor. We were defeated at Detroit by ourselves, in shame and humiliation.
And that's a lot different than what you hear. And no, I won't even say that, because when Trump, number 45, when he said there was good people on both sides, that's really equivalent to what my guy is saying right now. That's a shame on us, man. If me and my brother get into it, that look bad on both of us. I played a role in that as well. I have to acknowledge that. And that's maturity. However, when Obama says, Trayvon Martin could have been my son, I understand what he's trying to say, the context of it. Like, I get who he's trying to reach with that phrase. But I also at the same time can see who he's alienating with that phrase, if that makes sense. And a mature person is able to understand the opposition. I don't have to agree with you, but I still need to be able to understand what you're saying for us to advance. And if we don't, I don't know, because information like this, I understand it'll never be shown on mainstream media. I understand you'll never get stuff like this in a classroom. This is solely just from a dude on YouTube. However, I just want to encourage everyone to research for yourself, think for yourself, learn for yourself, grab a book every day. Every day you should learn something new. I listen to Earl Nightingale, The Strangest Secret in the World, on a consistent basis. And one thing that's drilled in my head is we become what we think about. And when you really grab the concept of how much control you have over your brain, it's almost scary, because every small emotion you control. So if you want the abundance of benefits and positivity in this world, then you have to control yourself to be on the straight line of heading towards positivity. It isn't easy. It isn't the most fun thing to do, if I'm being truthful, because there is some pleasure in, destructive behavior. I've been young. I've been reckless. I've used to speed in the car, just little dumb stuff. However, you get like a greater sense of joy from learning to discipline yourself. I always say, man, discipline is like real freedom. Because if you don't discipline yourself, it's somebody else in this world that will. So learn to read for yourself, think for yourself, and don't just assume that what someone tells you happened to Black Americans in the past is factual. Look it up for yourself. Because when you start understanding how these stories twist and change with these riots, that was over a fender bender, and it got twisted to Black community and the white community. And I would ask you in 2022 right now, how many stories have been manipulated to fit a narrative or an agenda? We're just spirits encased in human flesh. We're all Americans. No other nation is having this internal beef because the government shuts it down, but our government profits off of it. So it's us to us as individuals to realize that and say, hey, let's really take this over, because we make up the government in a sense. And if we mature as individuals and evolve in our thinking, then our government evolves. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, be the change you wish to see in the world.